Hey coach, this is Laywer from Atavus, and thank you for joining us. Today's topic is really going to focus on strike timing and footwork into contact, but also introduce you to our one knee tackle choice drill. Here at Atavus, we focus on three essential skills when looking at pre-contact. First, that the defender is now continuously closing space to limit the runner's options and really minimize those preventable yards. Next, that he is tracking and targeting the runner for effective shoulder contact through taking good angles and tracking the near hip. Then lastly, having it all come together with great footwork to maximize force and momentum to really dominate contact. Everything here, coaches, is sequential. When it comes to developing effective footwork in your athletes, look for these key elements. One, that the defender has an effective base into contact, and also that he's utilizing a near-footed power step. Now, the base should always be shoulder width apart. This really allows for the athlete to react to the directional and speed change of the runner, and also that he has a loaded power step. It's not being flat-footed or launching too early. This really allows for the defender to dominate contact and really transfer that weight to power. Now in this next clip, you'll see an example of ineffective footwork. Now watch as the defender initiates contact with the runner. You'll notice at the point of contact that his hips are behind his knees, and what we call that at Atavus is late strike timing. Now this does two things, coaches. One, the defender loses all ability to generate power. Secondly, he gives up unnecessary yards after contact. What we're looking for the defender to do in this squared up situation is to have good strike timing. What I mean by that is that the hips are over the knees to really allow the defender to roll off that near-footed power step and dominate contact. Here's an example of effective footwork. With the NFC Championship on the line, watch how the defender is able to utilize a great near-footed power step. I know we talk a lot about being a game of inches, but you'll see how the hips are centered over the knees, allowing for great strike timing in this play. In this last portion, you'll go through our one knee tackle choice. Good luck, coaches, and thanks for joining.
The one knee tackle choice is a decision-making tackling drill. The purpose of this drill is to teach players to react to offensive movement and still effectively perform a shoulder strike with a punch and wrap. It will help players learn how to drive off the proper plant foot, keep proper body height while executing an effective punch, wrap, and squeeze. Let's take a look. For the setup, mark out a practice space that's 3 yards by 5 yards. Cones are optional for this drill. If you use cones, then place them 2 to 3 yards apart to mark off the starting points for the offense and defensive players. Multiple pairs can go at the same time in this drill. Set each pair about 5 yards apart from each other to avoid accidental contact. Defense and offense set up directly in front of each other. The coach directs the offense to go a certain direction before the drill starts. It is important that the defense doesn't know ahead of time, so the defense must react to the movement of the offense. Now that you've seen the setup, let's walk through the drill. The defense begins on 2 knees, with the offense standing 2 to 3 yards away. It is important for the defense to keep his elbows in and tight to the body. On go, if the defense is striking with their right shoulder, the offense must begin his steps with his right foot. On his second step, he goes either left or right, as instructed by the coach. In doing so, the offense will take a less punishing hit. Defense reacts to the offensive directional change by raising his near foot to a planted position. This is maximized when he plants his toe even with his other knee. The defense then drives off the planted foot, extends his hips, and strikes the offense, with his near shoulder as primary contact, and punching past the target to maximize control. It is important that the defender keeps his eyes up while he is executing a proper wrap and squeeze and taking the offensive player to the ground. This should end with the defense finishing fully extended with both arms wrapped tightly around the offensive player. Here it is slowed down from a different angle. Be sure to emphasize these coaching points. The defense should have his elbows tight to his chest before he makes contact. To emphasize proper leverage, the defense's first step should be on his toe. The defender should make primary contact with a near shoulder and near foot strike. As the defense makes contact, he must punch past the target. This will make for an easier wrap. Each motion will be more explosive with proper timing.